In today's video, it's time to bring the power of lightning to our enemies with the bunny. It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at you with another First Descendant video, and today guys I'm going to be sharing with you my bunny builds. Bunny is a really good Descendant in the First Descendant. She's really good at clearing out dungeons. She's extremely fast. This is what most people use to clear dungeons when they're farming for amorphous crystals, and she's actually pretty handy in boss fights as well. Like Obstructor, you're able to kill all of his balls with her height, with her abilities really easily, which is a lot better than shooting them. And ultimately she's just a really popular Descendant. So today guys I'm going to be giving you two builds in this video. One is going to be with the ultimate bunny and one is going to be with the not ultimate bunny. So you've got a couple of different options to play around with. And before we get started guys, no, that is not Catwoman you're looking at on the screen, although that is the kind of the vibe I was going for with that outfit and that color design. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start off with ultimate bunny, which is what I have here, and I'm going to jump into the high voltage build. Now high voltage is extremely powerful. It does reduce the number of enemies that Frill Bomb and Lightning Emission can strike, which is fine, but it increases the range and the damage instead. And you'll see it in action. When you're going across multiple enemies, this thing just clears enemies extremely fast because the damage is so high and it is extremely quick, especially when you're running and you've built your electric up. It's really, really good. But let's get into the build and how to get it working really well and to keep it maintained so you've got 100% uptime and with maximum damage. So as you can see, we're starting off with spear and shield for defense and skill power of 8.1%. We then have increased HP for 218%. Skill insight for extra critical hit rate. And we've got skill expansion with the effect range, so we can actually get a good range on this when we're using the ability. We've got front MP collector. I just went on there. MP collector is really, really good because you want to try and keep the thing going, as you know, your speed going as much as possible. And with MP collector, this does help, especially when you're in big, large packs of enemies. Front lines for extra critical hit damage and skill critical hit rate. You can see we're building into a lot of skill crit damage. Singular skill power modifier is extremely good. We're going to be going for this one. 76.1% is really nice. The high voltage ability is a singular skill, so we're going to be using that one. Focus on electric skill power 77 and skill cooldown. We've also got skill critical hit damage over here with skill concentration and emergency measures. Skill critical hit rate 64% and also skill critical hit damage. So as you can see over there, we're packing a lot of damage. 207% skill critical hit damage, 207% skill critical hit rate. We've got some good HP, some good defense. We've buffed up the skill power and we've got a bit of skill cooldown. If you take a look over here, you can see my skill cooldown on high voltage is 20.7 seconds. And the duration is 20.0 seconds. So we are 0.7, there's a 0.7 second delay between it finishing and me being able to activate it. Who cares about 0.7 seconds? It's not a big deal. You won't even notice it. So it's absolutely fine. You don't need to go too heavy on skill cooldown on this build, which is nice because it leaves a load of room for us to put loads of extra damage in, which is extremely tasty. So there we go. That is the high voltage build. We're not going to worry about using Thrill Bomb or using our number 4. We're just going to be using the 3 on this and running through mobs. So that's the build I use for this. I call it Danger, Danger, High Voltage. Let's get it and I'll show you how much damage this thing does. So it's pretty good stuff. If we go ahead and load up some energy, we're going to get running. And when you can see me hitting here for 1.3 million crit there, that is kind of tasty. I'll take a 1.3 million crit. I'll also take a couple of 1.5 million crits as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's someone in my stream said, yo, Prince, is it possible to hit 1.8 mil on this? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if I put some more damage in, I could possibly go a bit higher. But honestly, I really don't need any more damage with this thing. This thing hits like a Mack truck. So we're hitting like 1.4. And don't forget, something really important to mention is the amount of damage you're going to do is going to be retrospect on how high your electric meter is. So when your electric meter is full, you're going to be doing maximum damage. And you can see this from inside the Descendant module. If you look at the skill, you get a damage boost there of skill power times 250.5%. But you also get per 10% of electricity retained, skill power times plus 15%, which is extremely nice. So you do get a little bit more damage when your electricity is maxed out. But as you can see, when you're running through packs of enemies, you know, and you're hitting them for over 1 million hit, and it's quite frequent, you're hitting 1.5 mils. Look at those 1.5s that keep popping up, guys. That's actually kind of sick. 1.56 million on high voltage, damn. And again, when you're running through those dungeons and those enemies are in front of you, they are just going to get absolutely shredded every single time. The MP collector works really well. Not so well when there's only a few enemies around, but it works really good when there's like multiple enemies around. Now, when it comes to Bunny's reactor, you want to go for something that is singular. So get yourself an electric and singular reactor when you do your target farming. It doesn't really matter what weapon you put it on, guys. So you can go with whatever weapon you want. I choose Zestra's Devotion because it's a handgun or hand cannon, and you can generally move faster if you've got a smaller weapon in your hand. So I generally go for that. Plus, it hits like a Mack truck. And I've also got a build on the channel for Zestra's Devotion if you're interested in building that. And then on the bottom skills down there, you want to try and go for something that's going to boost the actual skill and as much as possible with regards to the damage. You don't need to worry about cooldown or crit rate or any of that stuff. Skill cost. No, I mean, go for something with damage. You can see I haven't got the best of rolls down there, blue and purple, but I've got electric skill power and singular skill power, both of which are going to be making my high voltage ability much stronger. If I can get bigger rolls on that electric skill power, it'll go up even more and we'll do even more damage. So I guess maybe if I was to get a couple of gold rolls on that singular and electric, maybe I'll hit that 1.7, 1.8 million range when it comes to that. And if I ever do get those gold rolls, I'll let you know how that goes. But that's the reactor you want to go for high voltage build. And then with regards to the components, you're going to want to go for the supernova set. Not just 1 or 2 pieces, but the full supernova set for this build. And you're going to be getting supernova pieces from Executioner on hard, okay? And the reason you go for this is purely because of the set effects. You can see for a 2 set effect, we're going to be getting electric skill power modifier. We definitely want that. And the 4 set is it actually creates these electric pylons that come down from the sky, which is kind of crazy. The fusion skill power modifier, we're not going to benefit from this on this particular build, but the electrocution pylons that come down from the sky dealing 100% of skill power, it's extremely nice, especially in packs of enemies. That's extra damage coming down from the sky onto our enemies. So we definitely want this 4 set bonus on. And as far as the rolls you're going to want to go for, these are the rolls that I've got. So you can see here, max shield, max HP, fire resistance. I always try and get a resistance on every single component I roll. We go down to the sensor. You can see I've got max shield, MP recovery in combat, and chill resistance. And then we've got the memory. I've got double defense and then gold drop rate. That's unfortunate. I'm still searching for my electric resistance that I still haven't got yet. The god roll on here would be like defense, and gold electric resistance. Maybe I'll get it someday. Who knows? And then the last one, we've got the supernova processor, which is the defense, max shield, and toxin resistance. So you can see right now I'm currently level 28. I'm not completely fully level 40 yet, so I've still got some HP and defense to go. But with the way this build's looking right now at me at level 28, I'm sitting on 25,000 defense and then just over nearly 4,000 HP. But that should be up closer to nearly 5,500, possibly 6,000 HP once I get back up to level 40. So it will obviously not be quite as low as that. But that's the components, that's the reactor, and that's the modules you want to use for this, guys. It is a really fun build to use. If you really enjoy using Bunny and running through tons of enemies and wiping out the screens of enemies and killing them super fast, then this high voltage build is definitely the one you want to give a go. Okay, let's move on to our second build, which is going to be for the normal Bunny. And it's also going to be a slight budget build, although you will have the ability to enhance it further if you choose to. So let's jump into the Descendant module. This build here is going to be utilizing Bionic fuel. Now it's not quite as fast as the other speed boost that you would normally have, but it's going to consume HP instead of MP. So which means you're going to have complete uptime the entire time you're using it, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. This is quite a budget build. We're using 1 activator and we're using 3 catalysts here. You could use more and push it further, and I can tell you what you would put in those other slots in a moment. You can see here you're going to be working into shields on this one. So we're going to be going for increased shield, 151%, HP conversion, which reduces HP and gives us another 158% shields, amplification control for another 36% shields and some extra skill effect range, and frugal mindset to give us more skill effect range. This one is optional, but I just had a spare slot there, so I thought I might as well just put it in. I had an M slot there I needed to use, so I decided to just put that in there. The skill cost is, I guess it's okay, but it's not really that important. And then some damage. We've got electric skill power for 81%, singular specialist giving us 76% singular skill power modifier, and we've got the spear and shield giving us that defense to keep us alive, and also skill power at 8.1%. Now you do have 3 other slots here available. Now you could put 2 extra damage items in here, or damage modules to give you some extra damage, but the one item that you do need to put in here that I do not have, unfortunately. It's just unfortunate that my luck was not with me. The last few days I've been trying to get it before I posted this video up, but I just haven't been able to get it, so it is what it is Shield Collector. You can see this, when defeating an enemy, instantly recover 6.3% of max shield. This is perfect for this build. If you're able to get this mod, then please do put it inside this build, because it will make it work so much better and more efficient, and it will help keep you alive, which is what it's all about, right? The problem is, no information available as far as where Shield Collector is. There is nowhere in the game you can farm this. The only place you can get this from is if you combine 4 gold mods together and then pray that you're going to get the drop. Funny enough, all my friends seem to have got it, but I haven't. So it is what it is, right? But anyway, if you can get that, then this build is absolutely fantastic. But like I say, I haven't been lucky enough to get it yet, but the build still works really well. I'm going to go ahead and activate my sprint, which is my Bionic Bunny mode. So let's go. Bionic Bunny is activated, and now you can see my HP is starting to drop, and that will continue to drop all the way down to a very small amount, and then it will just stay there at a very low amount. But the Bionic mode, the sprint, does not end. You can continue to run continuously, and it never ends. So you're always sprinting, which is really nice if you're clearing dungeons or farming and stuff, etc. Let's put the ring on. I'll show you how much damage it does on here. So 315,000 is what we're critting at. And then we've got like 361,000 there as well, which is kind of nice. Then normal crits are like 90,000, 277,000 as well. So I mean, look, it's not going to hit as hard as the high voltage build, right? But it is still hitting enough for you to go around and clear a bunch of mobs, and you ain't got to worry about slowing down. You're just running through all the way. As far as your shields go, you've got 6,000 shields, which is quite a lot of shields. And the way I do this for the majority is I do it with my components, which I'll go through in a second. Also over 17,000 defense as well. So this build, even though we're a few mods short, is pretty solid on defense, and we've got a lot of shields. 6,000 shields is very nice. Now, as far as the mods go, I go for 2 different sets. I go for a 2-piece set on the Supernova to give us electric skill power modifier 8.6%. We also make sure we have max shield on the auxiliary, and we have the max shield on the sensor as well. And then on the other part of the set, I go for the bravery set, which is going to be giving us, again, a 2-set piece of HP recovery, which is not important. It's the max shields that I'm going for here. So plus 11.9% on the max shields is very good, and I got a really good roll there on the bravery processor, getting a double max shield roll, which is perfect for this build. So there you go. This one is where you get the defense from. The memory, get double defense on that if you can, and that will ramp your defense up to keep you safe. And as far as the reactor goes, again, as the first build was, a singular reactor will do the job and get some skills at the bottom that give you a bit of extra power boost. That would be extremely nice if you could do that as well. And there you go, guys. That is 2 builds for the bunny. You've got your high voltage build and your Bionic Bunny build. Let me know down in the comments what you think about these 2 builds, guys. If you're building them, good luck with the build. I hope you have fun playing in game, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, everyone, of course. Peace out.